the fashion, the vibes, the music, the VHS tapes. Today, we're going to be talking about the 80s and the things they did right and what we're doing wrong. Now hold up. I already know what everyone's about to say. Don't click off, don't pause, don't start typing out an angry response. I'm very well aware of the racism that happened in the 80s, of the discrimination, and about all the areas in which we had not yet advanced. I'm aware of that. I'm not trying to glorify the 80s or anything, all those kind of hateful things that happened, which hate still exists, but that's a topic for another day. I'm just going to be focusing on the aesthetic parts. Please don't take this video in the wrong way. I'm just sharing my opinion. And yeah, now that we've gotten the classic disclaimer out of the way, let's dive in. First of all, the vibes of the 80s. I wanted to talk about this because I've been feeling recently like maybe I should get a flip phone. In 5th grade I had a flip phone. That was my first phone ever. I know that in the 80s not using tons of technology and not scrolling on social media wasn't really a choice because those things didn't exist. They didn't have TikTok. They didn't have lots of the social media platforms that we have now, or any of them actually. So it was less of a active decision and more of a we're working with the best that we have. But I think we need to start, everyone needs to start making the conscious decision to stop scrolling on social media. If I could have my way, I would take every single social media app, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube, maybe not YouTube. YouTube has a special place in my heart. Maybe even Snapchat. I would take them, put them in a little ball, and chuck them in the fire. We don't actually need social media. I'm sorry to everyone that's an influencer. This is your life. You kind of depend on social media. But does social media do more good than it does harm? Highly debatable. Why do we need to scroll for hours looking at what we don't have, looking at other people's lives, when we should be focusing on our lives, when we should be focusing on the here and the now? Why are we constantly focused on what's going to happen later, or what happened in the past, what we wish we could change, what we wish our life looked like, when we should be focusing on how to improve ourselves? Me personally, I'm focusing on growing closer to God. I'm working on my faith. I'm working on being a stronger Christian. I'm working on loving my family and my friends. I'm working on being a nicer person, being a more confident person. Those are the kinds of things we need to be focusing on, not what celebrity wore what shoe or what kind of aesthetic I think I should have, which I am against having a certain aesthetic. It limits your creativity, and I think you should wear whatever you want. You shouldn't be confined to one single color scheme or one single genre of fashion. Wear what makes you feel good. And that was one of the great parts of the 80s. There was no social media. We should go back to not using social media as much. We really don't need it in our lives. And I feel like it limits creativity. Like, instead of coming up with an outfit on your own, you're looking at what other people have worn. You're just redoing what other people have done. You're not being original, you're not being creative. And there's nothing wrong with doing things other people have done. There's nothing wrong with wearing outfits other people have worn. I do it too. Sometimes I just don't want to. Actually, trying to find an outfit on Pinterest it's never really proven successful for me, because then I just think, oh,
what if I have that outfit? What if I have that piece? Oh, but I don't have those shoes, I can't do that.
And then I'm just in this spiral of like, I need more clothes. My wardrobe isn't balanced enough. The next part of the 80s is the high school vibes, when people weren't constantly attached to their phone, constantly scrolling on social media, or walking the halls just going through your settings because you don't want to look like a loner. They actually had face-to-face conversations. People don't talk in class to each other as much as they do. I'm pretty sure we've all seen those compilation videos on like the little camcorder. Someone from 1984 is recording their final year of high school.
What's up?
People were walking the hallways, people were talking, they were having conversations, they were standing next to walkers. That doesn't really happen as often. At least for my high school, the hallways are not that crowded. Just to clarify, the hallways in my high school are very crowded and people do gather in groups after school to talk and stuff, but there's more people just on their phones and even like using their phones during conversations than there were in the 80s. And we're a school of 3,000 people, so you would think that there'd be more people just there having conversations. There's a few groups, and when I'm trying to get to class, there definitely are people that just stand in the hallway, move. You need to get to class too, so I don't know what you're doing here. Don't know what you're waiting for. Let's just take a break. Let's all take our fun little phones, our little devices, and put them down. Let's stop texting for 1 second, just 1 second, and look up. Turn your head. Hey, talk to somebody new. If you don't have a friend in that class, that doesn't mean you have to spend the entire class watching TikToks. It means you get your little butt up and you go to the other side of the room and talk to somebody new, make a new friend, be outgoing. I know a lot of people have trouble doing that and they feel shy and they feel introverted. First of all, being an introvert and an extrovert, I have lots of thoughts and feelings of speaking those kinds of things over yourself. Like, I'm such an introvert, I'm so shy. You're creating an identity for yourself. You're limiting room for growth if you just label yourself as one certain thing. So try your best to talk to somebody new, even if it's just, if you have a pencil, you could be like, hey, do you have a pencil I could borrow? By the way, I really like your outfit. That's so simple. It's so simple. Even I get nervous when trying to talk to new people sometimes, but it's just the little steps. It's the little things. People aren't as scary as they seem. Some people are, maybe stay away from those people, but most people aren't. They're not going to bite. They're not going to turn around and gossip. I know that's constantly the thought. They're going to talk about me. They're going to think I'm weird. They're going to think I'm so awkward. Everyone's awkward at some point. Nobody's perfect. Even those popular people in your school, they're not that great. They're not all that. They're just other students. People become popular because they do the scary thing. The scary thing being talking to everyone, talking to people they don't know. They just start conversations. Also, don't mind that my bed is barren in the back. I'm currently washing my sheets. It's Saturday, it's laundry day. We have family coming on Monday, so I'm in the process of doing a little bit of deep cleaning. Also, there's been a lot of ants in my bedroom since the weather started warming up, so I'm trying to find the root of the problem, make sure there's no little corners and nooks and crannies for them to hide in, because they're not welcome here. This is not an Airbnb, it's not a bed and breakfast. Please take you and your other ants outside. This is not the place for you. And the ants where I live, it's mostly been like the regular sized ants, but we have some, they're thick. They have full-time jobs and they pay taxes. They're that big. I don't understand why. Do I look like I'm in Australia? No. So shrink down and go outside. Stand in a little anthill. Stand in my bedroom. Thank you. This is the pen I got for my half birthday when my brother turned 18. And I think it's super fun. Okay. It's like a tree right now. Look at that. And you just take your finger. Okay. Let me make sure it's fully in position. Okay. You just take your finger with the top one. Now it's a DNA strand. Look. So cool. Turn it. It's a pen. I'm not even sure what I was talking about. I have lost my train of thought. This sweater vest is from H&M and the t-shirt underneath is from Aeropostale. I have this little silver choker and these silver gold earrings, and my hair needs to be washed. Spring break is in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I'm also running for my class vice president. I'll let you know if I win. I'll let you know if I start doing a little campaigning. I think I'm gonna pass out candy, you know, not to bribe everyone, but people like food. Food can be very persuasive. I don't know about anyone else, but I love 80s fashion. I would wear that so frequently if I could. Actually, I probably can. A lot of my outfits sometimes do resemble the 80s, like the baggy jeans, the turtlenecks, the sweater vest, the denim on denim. Hey, if that's If that's a crime and as the fashion police, take me in. I'm a culprit of denim on denim, the Canadian tuxedo, if you will. I think it looks great, so. I feel like I'm just talking about random things at this point, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, turn on your post notification bells, follow me on TikTok and on Instagram, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace. Meet me at a spot. Got a vibe. Baby, are you coming for the ride? I just want to hit the 405. Man, this must be the life. Got a vibe. I just want to be a rock star.